Home sales eke out a tiny increase in May. Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's going on, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. Is Today in Mortgage. I got Rich, unfortunately, not here in the studio with me today, but how you doing, Rich?
I'm doing great, man. I hope you had a good weekend.
Back in the heat of Arizona, I see.
Yep, always warm here. Actually, today's a cool day. It's only 97.
Only 97. Yeah, we're getting up there here in Houston as well. And Rich, one thing that we are paying attention to and hoping that will heat up is that home market. But things are moving slowly. We have some tiny bit of good news, and I pulled an article from Yahoo Finance today, originally published in Reuters. U.S. existing home sales rise in May. Mortgage rates still a constraint. So that headline says they rose in May, Rich, but tell us kind of what that looked like.
Well, Michael, it was almost a full percent. We're starting to see more and more homes be listed for sale. Not a ton, but we're starting to see that. The sales price, the median sales price is $422,800. That's the highest that it's been since ever. So the homes keep appreciating. You know, when we talk about this, Mike, I'll always harken back to like the financial crisis of 2008 and 9. People think that that's going to happen again. And that was a completely different situation. We weren't dealing with high interest rates and, inflation and all that. We were dealing with bad loans, bad loan products. We don't have that today. We have ultra qualified borrowers that are buying these homes. And now we have a very stable environment.
So, like you said, it's a small increase, but a positive increase. And I think there is a lot of indicators out there that we've been talking about in the last couple of weeks that point to all good signs in the market. We've got strong labor, we got wage growth, we've got low inflation, and now we see, kind of increase that we talked about a couple weeks ago in available listings, and now increase in existing home sales. And all those things kind of look like we're coming toward more normal seller-buyer relationship where things are kind of grounded in reality, and that'll help move some of that inventory that's been building up.
I hate to mention it, but we're doing all of this with 7% interest rates. So imagine if there was 6.5%.
Right.
It'd be even better. So, time is what I read this morning, that a couple of the committee members with the Fed want to see more rate cuts this year. In fact, some of them want to see it sooner. But we don't know. We don't know what Fed Chair Powell and his group is going to do. But if they just start to lower the Fed fund rate, it just changes the appetite. It changes the excitement level that while rates aren't going to come considerably down, they're going to improve over time and allow more people to afford to buy homes in this market.
Yeah, going off of what I just talked about, what you just talked about, Rich, when those rates come down, that's going to affect home sale prices. And so that might make it even harder for people who've been waiting on that to come down to jump in. So that makes now all the better time to get in, even with some imbalance in, what we're willing to pay versus what is on the market.
And like what we have been saying in previous shows, the purchase price is the only permanent piece, right? Your interest rate is temporary. You're going to refinance that over time. Maybe not over the next 6 months. Maybe it's just next year or the year after. You're still going to be able to refinance that loan when interest rates come down. So if you can afford to buy a home today, I highly recommend that you get after it and do it now.
Yeah, Rich. And one of the stats in here said the supply of existing homes on the market jumped 20% from a year ago. So existing home sales jumping 1%, listings jumping 20%. There's obviously, like we said, some imbalance there. It's a good time to go out and negotiate with sellers and point out some of these things with a good real estate agent and say, hey, we're looking to get in this house. There's a lot on the market right now. You as a buyer have a bit of an edge right now, which might not last very long.
Yeah, let the seller fund your rate buy down to make that payment a little more affordable. This is your chance to negotiate as a buyer and you don't want to lose it.
That would be a great play, Rich. Well, this is a smart way to approach it. And if you're a pro out there, you need to be thinking through these options for your borrowers and working with real estate agents who can think through these options with their buyers and approach the market with that mindset. Not a mindset of, man, there's just not a lot going on out there, but the mindset of how can we go out and make those deals happen. So, Rich, how are we talking to our people about that environment right now?
As usual, we're just making sure all of our people at Network Funding know every product available to help the buyers get into properties today. There's bond loans, there's state and local, grant programs, there's down payment assistance programs. There's all these programs to get buyers into homes. They just need to be counseled. The client needs to be counseled on how to use them. And it takes a pretty sharp, knowledgeable loan officer like the ones at Network Funding to be able to consult the borrower through that process.
Amen, Rich. And we are always looking for smart coaches to come in as loan officers here to work with the best network and mortgages. And so if you're interested in growing your career at a company that provides you the best support, best tech, best marketing, best of everything, because we are the best network in mortgages, click that grow link below to learn more about that. You'll probably get connected with Rich personally, and everyone wants a one-on-one with Rich.
I hope so.
Well, Rich, before we sign off on this, any final words you have on this or anything else going on right now?
No, get out there, talk to a great LO, put your stuff in order, understand what you qualify for today, and then get out and go buy a home.
I love it, Rich. Well, thank you so much for making us smart on this. Thanks everyone out there for watching and listening wherever you are. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.